Hey guys, what is up? Welcome to the NFL Sunday Morning Show. I'm here with my guy, Football Talk with Bo. Yeah, sorry about that. I had the wrong time by accident.
Just making sure.
Yeah, all good, man. All good. I was just like, I was creating a bunch of streams, and then I guess scheduled this one for 10:30. All good, man. How you doing?
Doing good. How about you?
I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. The Eagles won. I'm happy about
Yep.
that. The Bears. My God, the Bears. The Seahawks, you're a Seahawks?
Yep.
My God, that's the best game of the year. Let's talk about that real quick. How do you feel about that game, man?
Stressful for sure. Um,
Yeah.
you're 7 minutes to go in the fourth. You're down by 16.
Mhm.
Odds aren't in your favor, right?
Right.
And for them to convert 3 2-point conversions in a row is wild.
Mhm.
Having the one that glanced off a helmet that was a backward pass um, that we recovered a complete one is what was crazy. And for those of you watching, if you don't understand why that still counted, because people heard the whistle.
Yeah.
So basically, if there's an inadvertent whistle, but the play is already rolling, they will let a recovery happen, but you won't be able to advance the ball. Right
Mhm.
now, in this case, it was recovered in the end zone, so it worked. But had they recovered it on the one because the whistle had blown, they wouldn't have been able to advance it to score. So that's why that still counted as a 2-point conversion. Even though the whistle was blown, they will allow a recovery to happen. They will allow the play to finish. You just won't be able to advance the ball beyond that. So that's why it ended up still counting.
Right. James, how's it going, man?
Good. How about you, brother?
We're good. We're good. We're just talking about the Seahawks game right now. How did
I'm
you feel
glad
about
Bo's
that?
explaining that, man, because I didn't get a chance to see it live,
Yep.
and it seemed like a lot of controversy going on there. So,
Yeah. So it is until you realize that you've seen this play happen before.
yeah.
Right?
Mhm.
Now, you haven't seen it play out in this particular fashion, but you've
Hmm.
seen inadvertent whistles, and then the recovery still happens, but they can't advance the ball. So, like, they'd scoop and then they'd go running, but the whistle already happened. So, it'd go back to wherever they recovered it.
Yeah.
Same idea. This was just recovered in the end zone.
Yeah. Makes sense.
But that game had to be the best game of the year, don't you think, James?
Oh, yeah. What an exciting game to come down to the end like that. I didn't get to catch much of it, just some highlights afterwards, but it seemed like it was quite the contest until the very end there.
Mhm. Yeah. Big C, what is up, man?
What's going on, guys?
How's it going?
None of much, man. We're just talking about that Seahawks and Rams game. You have any thoughts on that?
I mean, it was a great game. Shows that both teams are going to be contenders. I feel like. Uh, Other than that, yeah, just a great game.
You know what? You know what is really crazy about the two matchups between those two is the point differential. Both games combined is 1 point. Like, that is wild to me. And shout out to Thursday Night Football for finally giving us a good Thursday Night Football. Way to
Right?
wrap it up strong.
Oh my God. I'm just like, I was so happy when I saw those two teams in the game. I'm like, Seattle, who I have going to the Super Bowl right now, and the Rams, no one can deny Matthew Stafford's pretty much the MVP right now. So, hell of a game. Hell of a freaking game. And I'm gonna watch their highlights again. I just can't get enough of that game. My dad cannot get enough of it. He still talks about it. I'm like, Dad, enough is enough, but it was a big game. I get it. He was like,
It was,
Mitch, it's a Thursday night game. I'm like,
it was a
yeah.
wild game, especially converting 3 2-point conversions. Like, the odds of that are incredibly low also. So when they were doing it in overtime, I was sitting there like, man, like, I don't know that that's the call. And then you watch their defense, and we had a tight end do a nice little chip block, run this mesh route into the middle, and no one went with him. I was like, how do you blow a coverage on the biggest play of the game?
I know the people in the front office of the Rams are not the Rams, but the Seahawks deserve a lot of credit because the complete roster flip over that they've done in the last few years and the position that they're in right now, that's amazing. Just a few short years ago, we're talking about the Legion of Boom, Russell Wilson, DK Metcalf, Tyler Lockett, and it's a completely different team over there now.
Absolutely.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I mean, top to bottom, like it.
Looks like we lost him.
No.
in that frame too. God damn.
Yes.
AI.
But yeah, no, I mean, there's really nothing left of that team from 3 years ago.
Yeah. You want to just you cut out a little bit.
No. I stopped
Okay.
talking because I saw it buffer wheel on my side too. No, I was just saying there's nothing left of that team 3 years ago that there is today.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I was just like, yeah, and yeah, both roads. Yep.
Exactly. No, I was looking at it. I was like, well, maybe that was a short show for me. I don't know.
Yeah, we wouldn't want that, man. We wouldn't want that. And what about the game last night, actually? The Bears and the Packers. The Bears winning in overtime. I actually had the Packers, and I switched it to the Bears like an hour before kickoff. And I was like, yes, thank God.
Yeah, I had the Bears
Hallelujah.
from the jump, and it looked like the wrong call. the whole
Right.
game. Like,
Right.
I was like,
Dude.
man, I'm getting burned on this one. And then the Packers were like, yeah, I guess we're done.
Well, Jordan Love got concussion, so that is not good for Green
They
Bay.
got better.
at all.
They were playing better with Willis than they were with Love.
I know, but it's just like I don't know if I trust Willis going into like the next couple of games. Who are they playing anyways?
But
It
you're
was-
going to have to get them to work on handling the snap. That's a pretty fundamental part of the game. So
It
to
was.
lose the game because you can't handle a snap under center is pretty embarrassing.
You
Yeah.
also got to look at that shoulder because when he got sacked back there,
Yeah.
he got dumped right on that thing, and he didn't look right after that.
I mean,
No.
they got the Ravens next game and then the Vikings.
Yep.
Come on, Love. You got to come back for this next one, Love.
I don't know, man, but yeah, Big C, how'd you feel about that game last night with the Bears and the Packers?
Listen, I should have bet with the Bears. You know, I knew I should have when I was betting on FanDuel last night. It's just hard for me to have faith in this Bears team, but I'm starting to come around. I mean, as the wins continue to pile up, you got to start realizing that this team might be for real. But again, it's hard for me to have any type of faith in the Bears. But you know, they're probably gonna win this division, right? And with Jordan Love going down, Malik Willis is one of the best backups in football. He's shown it for quite a few years over there with the Packers after getting traded from the Titans. But yeah, this
Yeah.
Bears team is for real. You got to start taking them serious.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and like Gino said there, they're special teams, right? Like when you have less than 10% chance of getting an onside kick and you give that thing up, like, I mean, the rules are so stacked against a successful onside kick that, I mean, special teams hurt them a lot too. Because if you get that, it's over.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I think there's a lot to be said about how Caleb Williams played at the end of that game, too. It was a completely different player. He played very aggressive. The second he didn't like what he saw downfield, he took off and showed exactly how much explosiveness he has in his legs. So I was really impressed with what Caleb did with the game on the line. Now, his play was kind of sketchy overall in some other areas, but the Bears dropped a lot of passes in this game, too. You had a lot of catchable footballs where these guys just let it go through their hands. But when the game was on the line, when they had to have it, those guys stepped up. So you got to give them that.
Yeah. And Rob's not wrong. If you remember back to the Seahawks Green Bay NFC Championship game, it looked oddly similar. Mess up the onside kick and end up losing a game you dominated all day.
Yeah.
That one
Yeah.
had a little bigger implications to it, but yeah,
I'm so happy for the Bears right now because when was the last time they actually won a division? Wasn't it like that's actually one of the trivia questions for the next one? But
God,
It's
it's
gonna be
probably
the
in the
Super Bowl
80s.
year, right?
it
No, they went to the Super Bowl against Colts.
Yeah,
was
that's the
well,
year.
Oh
was
yeah,
it?
fair. Yeah.
It said 20.
2010.
It was like 2018. That was when I looked it up, but I'm like, all right, I'll take it. But for me, it's just like when they start getting good, when Chicago started to become a really good team, there's rumors of them going to Indiana in a couple years now. And I'm like, are you kidding me right now? Have you guys heard about that?
Oh, yeah.
That team will never move.
Yeah.
Never move.
Yeah.
I agree.
That Chicago is a staple of the NFL. One of the first NFL teams. They'll never move.
So you say that, but the original Chicago team did move, and they rest in Arizona right now.
Yeah, but come on.
I just got that. I was like, wait, what? I
Yeah,
just got that.
because the
But,
Cardinals were the first one in Chicago.
oh wow, I didn't even know that. But yeah, shout out to Caleb Williams. He's playing well this year, even with the fingernails. He is playing very well. So,
Well, he stopped doing that though.
oh really? I didn't even know that.
Yeah,
stopped?
He stopped doing the nail painting thing.
They were painted yesterday.
Oh, were they?
Yeah.
He started doing that. Okay. He stopped for like most of the year. So
Nah, he was just wearing clear coat.
Oh god, but yeah, Chicago fans will riot if the Bears move. Yeah, I can only imagine them move if they actually. Why Indiana though? That's my question. Why there? They already have their coach. That's my question. Why there?
It's got to be money. There's got to
Oh.
be somebody with a boatload of money that's trying to pull it off.
well, and some of it has to do with where you can get the land for it. Right. Like there's a reason that the Giants and Jets don't play in New York. And it's not because they didn't want to play in New York. It's because it was cheaper to move it over to Jersey.
Yeah, yeah, in that stadium. Oh god, I hate that
No, but
stadium.
But it'll be a similar thing.
Yeah.
You know, but the big difference there is that stadium for New York is, 20 minutes away or something. And this will be over an hour away. So I'd be curious to see how that plays out. But I don't see Chicago allowing that to actually happen.
This is just a ploy to get money from somewhere.
Exactly.
The Buffalo Bills owners did that, threatening to move to Toronto and then to Austin. Could you imagine the Austin Bills? You know what I mean? Like it was just a ploy to get people to pay for the stadium for upgrades. And look at Buffalo's got a new stadium coming in.
Yeah. Yeah, but it's just like with the Bears, I can't picture them going anywhere else. I just can't. Like there are some teams you could be like, oh, I could see that team go to that state. I could see that one going there. But Chicago Bears, I just don't see it. I really don't. Even though they were one of the teams in the beginning. So, anyways, so let's go to trivia real quick, and then we'll go into the best game of the week because the America's game of the week happened yesterday, and that was the Eagles apparently. Yay. What was the first wild card team to win the Super Bowl?
You said what?
The first wild card team
Yeah, I was going to
win
say it's
Super
either
Bowl.
going to be the Giants or the Steelers, one of the two.
The Steelers
Here's
were the
one-
first 6 seed back when there were only 6 seeds to do it, but I don't remember if somebody did it before them.
Because when I looked it up, it said the Raiders back in '80. I'm just looking it up. First wild card team again.
Could be,
I just
yeah.
wanted- It's
Yeah,
1980
I
Raiders.
forgot there was an era that they were, good. It's been a minute.
or 40 years.
Yeah. Here's the thing, though. You guys ready for this? My dad went to that Super Bowl against the Eagles. My dad
Wow.
was actually there because it was in New Orleans. He went to Tulane at the time, and oh my God, don't even bring up Tulane after what happened yesterday. But yeah, that was the Raiders back in 1980. Who was John Madden the coach then, or was that after? No.
He was only a coach for a few short years in the 70s.
Who was the coach of that team? Yeah, well, look it up later. Not that big of a deal. Not that big of a deal. So, who actually had the most career interceptions returned for touchdowns? Why am I keep on doing that?
A player?
Yeah,
Mm.
because
Ed Reed?
it's actually a former Raider.
Rod Woodson?
Yeah,
There
it's
it is.
Morgan Woodson.
Rod Woodson, yeah. That was just a coincidence how it was a former Raider. All right. So Jaguars and Broncos. Is that the best game of this week? Compared to last week, that was completely different.
No, we got to start with the best game of this week, but
Yeah, right. Yeah, we actually had to start. But
that one's
any
going to
other-
be interesting.
yeah. How do you guys feel about that game then, the Jaguars and Broncos? Is this the game that the Broncos can actually stop their winning, or Jaguars can stop the Broncos winning streak?
So I think what's interesting about this game is you have the Jags who have kind of figured some stuff out on offense. Although I personally am still waiting for Trevor Lawrence to turn back into a pumpkin and turn the ball over a bunch. But,
Yeah, right.
But then you're going to go against Denver, who has a great defense, but can't figure out how to play offense for the first 45 minutes of the game. So it's going to be very interesting to see the Jags offense against that defense, and then the lack of offense from the Broncos for most of the game against a defense that's really not that great for the Jags. So it should be a really balanced game. I still think the Broncos win it, though.
Yeah. James, what about you?
I think this is going to be an interesting game because I feel like the Jaguars have just overachieved all season. Nobody had them going this good. Nobody thought that trading for Jacoby Myers was going to make that huge of an impact. They just gave him a 3-year extension because of how good he's been for them. So, do the Jaguars keep on overachieving, or are they maybe actually this good? I don't know. It's tough to say. But the Broncos are going to be an awesome test for them because they have been very good this season. So I'm excited to see how this turns out. I won't be watching it because there's another 4:00 game that'll have my attention, obviously. But
Yeah.
but I'm definitely interested to see how that goes because that's got pretty serious implications for the AFC playoff picture.
Mm-hmm. Big C.
Yeah, for me, it's just letting me know where this Jags team really sits. This is another team like the Bears that I just don't have a lot of faith in, but they continue to win. They continue to, show that they are a playoff team. Trevor Lawrence had a huge game, was 6 touchdowns last week or the week before.
Yep.
Again, like Bo said, waiting for him to turn back into a pumpkin because, this isn't the player that we've seen over the course of the last 5 years for the Jags. So, I think it's an interesting test. I'm not a big Bo Nix guy. I've said it a bunch of times, but the Broncos continue to win. Obviously, they got a top-notch defense and a Super Bowl winning head coach over there. I think it's a nice little test for both teams.
For me, I'm just like, I don't know if I actually believe in I don't know if I believe in the Broncos. I feel like they're gonna crumble in the playoffs. I don't know. It's just my feeling.
Yeah,
Who
but
they-
against this team, we don't believe in either team. So you're just like, okay, like
Yeah, but it's just like with the Broncos, I feel like it's like the Vikings of last year. That's what I feel like. I don't see them going far.
oh, I mean, in the playoffs, sure, but I mean, in this particular game, we're talking about the Jags. So
Right. I'm just saying for the
Yeah.
playoffs because obviously they're gonna make the playoffs right now. But I'm just saying I just don't see them going far.
No.
I don't. I see them getting bounced in the first round. Who are they? Who are they rumored to go up against? They have a bye? No. They wouldn't have a bye, right? Second seed, or are they the first?
no,
No.
only the first seed has a bye.
But
Yeah.
right now, they're slated to be the number 1 seed.
They are.
So they would have a bye in the first round, and then that would put them against the lowest seed in the second round. So
Yeah. Hold on, I got the. Yeah, they're the first seed, and then what? It will probably be. Who knows? Texans? Yep.
Yeah, I
Wow.
mean, if Houston could
Heck,
beat the Patriots, then they would get Houston. So that would be one serious test as far as that defense.
can you imagine if the Texans actually beat the Patriots after the year they're having? That would be.
I think they will beat the Patriots. I think the Patriots are overrated. The Patriots haven't had a tough schedule this year. Very, very easy schedule. They're not as good as everybody would like you to believe they are. So I think this Houston Texans team is probably the most dangerous team in the AFC right now. With that front seven that they got, they can get after the quarterback. CJ Stroud's played better since returning. They're a dangerous team.
Yeah, they definitely turned it around. Wow. What did they start off as? It was like, I know they started off really bad. Didn't they start off like 2 wins or something like that? They started terrible.
I would say in the AFC, the Houston Texans and probably the Buffalo Bills, to me, are the two favorites to go to the Super Bowl in the AFC. Just Houston as an all-around team, and then Buffalo just because Josh Allen has the ability to just be a superhero and put a team on his back and go out there and just single-handedly dominate a football game. This is Buffalo's top opportunity to go to a Super Bowl. There's no Patrick Mahomes standing in front of Josh Allen this year. There's no Joe Burrow standing in front of Josh Allen this year. Josh Allen, he better take advantage of this and get them to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, because I'm actually looking at the Texans' schedule right now. They lost the first 3, then they blow out the Titans and then the Ravens, and then they had the bye. They lost to Seattle. So they started off kind of shaky, and then they were just on a tear. They were on a tear. Yeah, D'Amico Ryans in that defense, man. I'm telling you, the Houston Tech. D'Amico Ryans, hell of a coach. Hell of a coach at what he was able to do from the beginning of the season till now. Didn't he win coach? He did not win coach of the year, right? No. Who won? Who won it last year? You guys remember who won it?
I don't remember offhand, but I remember that D'Amico I thought had a better resume than the person that did for some reason. I don't recall who it was though.
Yeah. Damn Facebook. God, I hate those messenger things. Just keep on popping off. Anyways, yeah. So if you guys had to pick who would be the dark horse of this for this game, who would be one of those breakout players for the Jaguars or Broncos?
Oh, the dark horse is obviously Trevor Lawrence to not turn into a pumpkin.
But I want him to do that. That's the thing. I want him to do that. I was never a Trevor Lawrence fan. I always called him overrated. I want him to do that though. So I don't know. You guys have any other ones, or are we all going with Trevor Lawrence there? Are we all going with Trevor Lawrence?
I like going tight end, so give me Brenton Strange on this one. He's had some good games here and there.
They're actually going to need him to be huge because that defense is that'll be about the best way to move on that defense.
Yeah. And then I'm trying to think of my dark horse there. Who would be a good one for the Broncos? I need to look at their roster for the Broncos real quick. Do you guys have Big C, you got one?
I mean, I just try. Trevor Lawrence is the main answer. It all depends on how he plays, whether they have a real shot against that defense over in Denver.
Yep. For me, I'm trying to go with someone different other than Trevor Lawrence. So I'm gonna go with Evan Ingram for the Denver Broncos. I feel like this will be a game where he'll get his spots. Bo Nix will hit him, and I just feel like he'll have a breakout game this week. So I'm gonna go with Evan Ingram at tight end. So there you go, James. I'm going with the tight end on the other side. So all right. And then player of the game, if you guys had to pick one for this, I'm gonna go Bo Nix for this one. I think that one's pretty self-explanatory. Watch me have the Jaguars win this game. That would be funny. Let me see who I got winning this one. Who's your guys' player of the game? If you pick one. Let's see who they.
I'm gonna go with Surtain. He gets a couple of picks.
Okay.
I'm betting on Trevor Lawrence to be Trevor Lawrence.
Hey, I did have the Broncos to win. Okay, so I'm on the right side. I'm on the right side this time. All right, James, you got one?
Yeah, I'll take Josh Hines Allen. Let's say he gets a couple sacks, maybe a strip sack in there.
Okay. Yeah,
Oh, nice.
fumble could happen for sure. Yeah.
Mhm.
A fumble can definitely happen. Big C, who you got?
I'm gonna go ETN. I think if he can be able to run the football against this Denver Broncos team, that'll make Trevor Lawrence's life a lot easier. And he's a multi-talented running back. He can catch the ball out the backfield. He's played really good this year.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I definitely like that one. I was always a fan of Travis Etienne, always. And then before we get into the upset, we didn't actually talk about my Eagles against Washington, how the Eagles won back-to-back NFC East championships.
Yeah, it only took 21 years. Not bad.
Yeah, the whole division. You know how it's not just that, it's so competitive with this NFC East. It's just like it's a different one each time. It's a different team each time. But hey, I'll take it. I'll definitely take it. You guys got anything to say about this game last night between the Eagles and the Commanders? How I thought it was
it was
barely
closer than it
squeaked
should have
out.
been.
I definitely agree on that. I definitely agree how close it was. I was so nervous going into the second half.
I mean, with a team that had the amount of injuries that Washington has, that game had no business being as close as it was. But it got really chippy. So the next time you see him here in a couple of weeks is going to be awesome. Bring the popcorn because it's going to be a fun watch.
Yeah, what do we have? 3 ejections in this game? So, yeah, these guys were going at each other for sure. And that's what you expect in division rivalry games, though. But
Yeah.
a lot more frustrating when you're a team like Washington, who was as good as they were last year, and then just absolutely atrocious this year. And a lot of it is due to injury. Let's be real. There's been a lot of injuries on the team. But it doesn't make it less frustrating when somebody you thought you might be able to beats up on you.
You know what's kind of funny though? They were so old, and it's Josh Harris who's actually is the owner of the Commanders. And what do you know? The Sixers were old last year, so there you go. Makes sense. But damn. Big C, you got anything to say about this game last night?
Well, I mean, I know this is a Eagles started network and stuff, so we'll
Go for it. Go for it, man. I don't care.
because they got a division title. You know what I mean? Congratulations, you beat a third string quarterback that
Right.
the whole team is injured. Oh, let's move on. You got a division title. Congrats.
Yeah. It was our
This is where I like Rob's comment right here. Eagles
What?
proved it will be one and done in the playoffs.
I would not be shocked. I said that in the beginning of the year. I would not be shocked after the skid they went on. Once Lane Johnson comes back, because I'm telling you, once he got injured, the Eagles crumble every single time. And then once he comes back, it's a different team. I'm just like, it's amazing how much one player makes, and it's on the offensive line. It is crazy how that happens each and every year. And then Jalen Carter should come back whenever he's not spinning on people, whenever he's not injured. So, yeah, I'm just waiting for that to happen. So,
Let's talk
Pretty
about my
much-
quarterback got benched.
oh yeah,
You know,
kind of saw that
actually
coming.
makes sense, though. Like,
Well,
why-
maybe we did you a favor. I don't know.
well, no, I mean, honestly, like you guys are out of it. He is a accident waiting to happen. So you might as well protect him from himself. See what you got in Ewers, who's another guy that gets injured a lot. So that seemed to be a really good move. But you might as well see what you have in him, right? Because it's not like you can do anything at this point. You're mathematically out of it. So, I didn't hate the move. It actually makes a lot of sense.
Only a matter of time. I saw that coming.
Yeah, I'm not
Yeah,
mad. I'm not mad at
Hey.
the move. The move needed to happen. He's played horrible this year. I think he's suffering. Last year, he went down with a hip injury against the Houston Texans, and the Miami Dolphins were hush hush about what was ailing him, what was wrong. I think he re-aggravated the injury he had in college. You know, they should have never drafted the kid. He was drafted. He had suffered a career-ending injury at the University of Alabama. He was drafted during the COVID period where they weren't even allowed to have him in the building. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
they went by videos that he had sent teams of his practices. It was just
but they doubled down
a
on it.
mistake by the mind. Oh yeah,
I mean, they
definitely
doubled down
did.
and paid him.
they definitely did, and that was a huge mistake by our front office. You know, he had given us one good healthy year, and they decide to give him $212 million, which that just shows how messed up our front office is. You know, I mean, he threatened to sit out training camp. Oh, let's give him $212 million. So much of it fully guaranteed over. You know, he was only healthy 1 year, one season. We could have played him on the 5th year option. You know what I mean? And
That's including college. He's had one good year.
Yeah, it's just terrible move. You know, I was a Tua fan. I felt like when he was at his best that we could win with Tua. You know, he had a certain skill set that I thought could be successful. You know, obviously he always had his limitations. He didn't have the biggest arm. He was an undersized quarterback. Lacked a whole lot of mobility. But if you watch his early years in Miami, he could actually move with the football. He would run over defenders. He would make people miss. He's just not that same player. And the Miami Dolphins are facing a rough situation right now because you can't really cut him. If you go and you try to cut him, it's a $99 million cap hit next year.
Yeah,
That's devastating. That's devastating.
You
Yeah.
have to have him one more year. After that, it's actually not too bad. But 26, he's on your team for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now I understand if they market a post June 1st, then they can spread the 99 over 2 years, which does make it a little bit more doable as far as trying to move on from them. But it's a sticky situation. And I also understand there was an injury guarantee this year, and you don't have to worry about paying him like an extra $20 million or something if he were to be injured in the final 3 games by sitting him. So makes tons of sense to play Ewers. You got to find out if you have anything in him. You've pretty much thrown the towel in on Tua, and it unfortunately seems appropriate at this point. So that's what you should do when you know you can't make the playoffs. Just play all your young guys, see what you have on them, and see what you can use for your building blocks going forward.
Yeah,
I mean, see, you get the split Dolphin fans where Jocelyn really believes that Tua, it wasn't a mistake giving him $212 million. I don't know what world you live in that it wasn't a mistake. He's an injury-prone, undersized quarterback with limitations. You know what I mean? Like, and he got hurt in a year that he should have been on a 5th year option. This shouldn't even been a conversation. You play him on the 5th year option. You got to prove. There's nothing wrong with making him prove that he can be healthy 2 out of 5 years.
Exactly.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
And now your quarterback is what is it?
Quinn Ewers.
Quinn
Ewers, yeah.
Ewers, a rookie. What year he was drafted? What?
Last year.
Yeah, 200 pick,
So the thing
231.
is the thing Ewers has going for him is he had a long college career. He has a ton of snaps. So, I mean, is he going to come out and play great? No, probably not. But he did have a lot of reps in school, and he played at a big college. So it's not like it's he played at a small school for a year but had good tape, because we've seen plenty of those guys come in and play terribly. So the fact that he's had quite a few reps, it at least is encouraging coming into, the last 3 games.
I think he plays better than what people expect. I think he has a very similar skill set as far as Tua Tagovailoa, underneath, accurate. If he gets in a rhythm, this is a rhythm offense. If you can get into a rhythm, underneath throws, if you can get accurate throws, I think he can have a lot of success, because that's the offense that we run for Tua Tagovailoa. That underneath, accurate, get into a rhythm, move the ball down the field quickly, not necessarily with deep passes, but, getting up there and getting 10, 15 yards of play. I think Quinn can have a great deal of success in this offense. He was the number 1 prospect coming out of high school. He had 3 pretty good years of college football where, he was, if you go back before last season, he was on the face of all the college programs and the college football video game, Quinn Ewers was a big deal. He was supposed to be a first-round quarterback. You know what I mean?
His knock was he couldn't stay healthy also.
Yeah, and he was drafted at 231, but he wasn't the 14th best quarterback in this draft. He was really probably the 7th best, you know what I mean? And people just didn't want to, you know, when you got a quarterback that has been such a highly touted prospect, a lot of people don't want to bring them in as a backup quarterback because they feel like, you know, their ego and can't handle that. You know what I mean? So I think he was taken later than what he should have been. But Quinn Ewers could have stayed in college and played for Bill Belichick at North Carolina. He had a great nil deal there lined up, and he would have been making more money than he currently is. But he's going to get a shot. He's not the future of the Miami Dolphins, in my opinion, but you definitely had to make a move, and Mike McDaniel's doing everything and anything to try to save his job. And the icing on the cake for Tua last week was, you know, he was on the field with Jalen Ramsey when the game was over, laughing and joking. And this is a guy that refused to play for your franchise, you know, left us in a very tough situation, has an issue with the head coach that went to bat for you, and you're out on the field joking around, laughing with the guy. That's just a bad look.
It was bad optics for sure. Like I get their friends and whatever, but there's a time and a place, and that ain't it. Like you just got eliminated. If you're out there, you share a joke, sure, but I don't want to see you like barreled over laughing and like all of that. That was ridiculous to me. Again, you're the face of the franchise. Optics matter.
This is the guy that just refused to play for you, your franchise. Had an issue with your head coach that went and got you $212 million. Refused to play for Mike McDaniel. Left us with 0 corners. We had 0 corners when Jalen Ramsey wanted to be traded. Just gave this franchise the cold shoulder after we gave him contract extensions, where we gave him all the money and everything that he wanted, and he refused to play for us, and you're out there laughing it up with him after he sacked you in this game and the Pittsburgh Steelers embarrassed you. I mean, the game was good for the first 2 quarters. You know, it looked like it was going to be a defensive battle, and then our defense just couldn't hold no longer, and we give up 4 straight touchdowns.
Yeah, it got ugly quick there in the second half.
Yeah.
I think this is a huge opportunity for Quinn Ewers. I don't think he doesn't need to be Dan Marino to be an improvement over what they've had from Tua this year, right? And he's going to get every single opportunity, anything that Mike McDaniel can think of play-wise that will be advantageous for Quinn Ewers, he's going to use these next 3 weeks, because it just makes Mike McDaniel look even better if he moves on, has Quinn Ewers out there and has success with them. That makes it look like all the struggles were all Tua's fault and have nothing to do with McDaniel. And I'm not saying that it's McDaniel's fault, not Tua's fault. That's not what I'm saying. But I'm saying that Mike is going to give him absolutely every creative thing he's got in his bag. And that dude's got a lot of tricks up his sleeves. That's a very smart coach, especially offensively minded. So I think we might be a little bit surprised on what we see out of Quinn Ewers. I don't expect him to be throwing for 350 or 400, but you might see some 250, 300-yard games out of him with 2 or 3 touchdowns, just because he's going to get everything, every opportunity, and I think he's going to be put in some good situations these final few games.
So if it goes like that, then it would look very similar to San Francisco, where Brock Purdy saves some jobs after Trey Lance flames out.
I agree. I consider him a prospect like Brock Purdy. You know what I mean? Not someone that's going to be a superstar, but someone that can come in and game manage and occasionally make a big throw for you.
Can you be accurate and on time? That's it. That's what they need is accuracy and on time.
Yep.
We've turned into a run-first team. Devon Achane's been lights out for us, so we don't need someone to come in and dominate in the passing game. We need someone to just come in and complete a 3rd down pass once in a while. You know what I mean? Come in and keep the defense honest. If our quarterback's out scrambling, that the defense is worried that the guy might take off. And I know that Quinn Ewers don't got the greatest wheels in the world, but Tua Tagovailoa wouldn't run at all. He lacked all athletic ability. He lacked any type of football sense in him since he's been hurt so much. You know what I mean? So I think Quinn Ewers it was a move that needed to be made. I don't think he's necessarily the future, but if he can come in and play successful and good football, you know, it could ease the burden of Tua's huge cap hit against the Dolphins next year.
Sure. I mean, that's the exact strategy that the Broncos currently use, right? I mean, you have Russell Wilson that never even took a snap under that monster contract, but they hit with Bo Nix, right? Whether you like him or not, he's playing good enough. And so they get to eat that ridiculous contract and without completely setting their franchise back.
Yeah, it's kind of like the Eagles with Wentz. How we took that matchup got hit, and then now we got Jalen Hurts, the Super Bowl final MVP. So, yeah.
What a home run that Hurts was.
And we have a question here from Coach, actually. How do Dolphins fans feel about the head coach? Do they want to keep him or see him gone?
Listen, Mike McDaniel is another one. A lot of people love him. A lot of people hate him. I see the positives in Mike McDaniel, but he still makes rookie mistakes as a head coach, which kill me. I think he's got great potential. You know, I think Mike McDaniel, if he ends up getting fired by the Miami Dolphins, I think down the road he gets another opportunity, and he's one of those teams or one of those people that he becomes a very successful head coach. Do I know if that's in Miami? I don't know, but I would hate to lose the guy because he obviously, you know, the things that he came up and that's passing game that he came up with, and now to be able to flip this whole team around and, you know, turn it into a run first team. And we're one of the best rushing teams in the NFL right now. So the guy's obviously got great talent. Players seem to love him. This team, one thing I can say about this team is that as bad as it's gotten this year, the team never gave up on him. And that says a lot about him as a man, as a head coach. So I would hate to lose Mike McDaniel, but I don't know if he's necessarily the answer to the Dolphins' future.
What you thought that what Joe said, or what?
Yeah, that's what I was looking at.
Big C has a what is that stocking for Tua hanging over his fireplace. So they that.
I mean, I'm not a Tua near. I've been calling for Tua to be benched for a long time. So I mean, that's just Joe shooting. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
you're probably more likely to stuff them in the chimney than have a stocking ready for them. Huh?
It's just a stocking of coal, is all it is.
Yeah. And then
the thing is for the Dolphins, if you say anything positive about Tua, which I've said positive things about Tua,
sure,
you're automatically a Tua lover, a Tua-neer. You know what I mean? There's no in between. You can't be in between. Yeah. If you say anything positive, you're automatically a Tua lover. And if you don't say, "Oh, he's the worst thing I've ever seen," you know, I've been a Dolphins fan for a long time. I've seen real bad quarterback play. You know what I mean? Like Tua's not been the worst quarterback in the NFL history. You know what I mean? He's probably he's probably a top 5 Dolphins quarterback of all time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Realistically, and that's sad that's sad for our franchise, but it is what it is.
Hey, you know what, hot dog? If it was full of Kingsford, at least you could get the barbecue going. So, you know.
Yeah. So, actually, we're going to go over this real quick because I just found this. Remember when in the beginning of the season, we predicted the standings for each division and see how wrong we were?
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah. So, here it is. I just found this. Huh? What was that saying?
I was gonna say I got that in front of me here.
Yeah. So for the AFC East, I picked the Bills, Miami, New England, and Jets. Is that what was the standings for the AFC East right now?
Well,
the
it's
Bills won.
New England and then the Bills.
New England and the Bills. So, damn. We all picked the Bills there. We all had the same exact standings.
The Bills actually, I mean, they're only a game out of it. So realistically, they could still win that.
Yeah. I don't know. Like, who do the Patriots have left in the season? So.
They've got the Ravens today. I know that.
Yeah.
They got the Dolphins.
Yeah, and then what about that other game? They have one more, right?
Yeah, I thought they finished with a couple of hard games actually.
They finished with Miami.
Okay. And then for the AFC North, I got the Ravens, Steelers, Bengals, and Browns. I think that's it, right?
Yeah.
It's
Well,
alright.
it's. I mean, it's technically the Steelers are in first right now, so
Yeah.
doesn't mean it's going to finish that way, but that's where it is right now.
Yeah, we all have that
That
for.
other Patriots game is the Jets, by the way. So
Oh yeah,
Well, yeah. So I don't know. That'll be tough. The game won't be. It'll be tough for them to not win the division.
yeah. Wait, I have the Jets here. Oh wait, what?
Yeah,
I think
I'm sure
okay.
that's a typo there.
I meant I had that Browns. So
Browns,
it
Jets,
seemed-
same difference.
I was
Yeah,
right.
it's the same exact thing. So the AFC West standings. Yeah, the AFC West, man. Let's just go right into that because the Chiefs are not in the playoffs, and everyone here had the Chiefs.
Yep.
Oh my God! And there goes my PlayStation controller. Who's first? It's the Broncos, Chargers, Raiders, and no Chiefs and
Right,
Raiders.
It's Broncos, Chargers, Chiefs, Raiders.
You can't blame any of us for choosing the Chiefs. I mean, you
No,
gotta
you
pick,
can't.
you got to pick that team until they fell off, and they finally, you know what I mean?
Yep.
They finally fell off.
It is so weird how they're not in the playoffs. It is
Well,
so weird.
You know, with Mahomes' injury, even if they were in the playoffs, they were about to get smacked. So
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, at least we all knew the Raiders were going to suck, right?
we did know the Raiders was going to suck,
Yeah.
and the Titans and the Browns and the Jets. So I mean, at least we're pretty much on point. Worst teams in the league.
Yeah, we can sure tell a bad team when we see one.
And then the AFC. What is the standings for the AFC South?
I mean, the NFC North is the one we should really talk about.
The North? I mean, it's still what?
The Bears. We had the Bears in last.
Oh,
Yeah, all of us did.
oops.
The Bears are still going to suck, and here we are.
I had the Packers first. Oh my living God! I had the Packers first. God damn!
Yeah.
Wow! Damn!
Yeah, I think if I remember right, it said they were like an 18% chance to make the playoffs now with that loss.
Yeah, I don't see them making the playoffs now.
That's
I
brutal,
don't
yeah.
see them back. Now with Jordan Love out, who knows when Jordan Love is going to be back? I don't. Like I said before, I don't know if I trust Malik Willis.
Well,
I don't
and
know.
he may not be right either. So, you know, because
Yeah.
shoulder he landed on was his throwing shoulder.
Ah,
The NFC South with Carolina. Carolina's been a lot better than what we thought.
Yep.
yeah, I had Buccaneers. I think we all had the same thing.
Seattle.
yeah.
Seattle's been a lot better.
Yeah.
I had Seattle there, and then you look at the NFC East. I had the Commanders. We all had the Commanders second.
Yeah.
I had the Cowboys last. I had the
Well, that's
Cowboys
just because
last.
you're an Eagles fan and you're a hater. But not
Hey.
all picks are equal here.
Hey, I wanted the Cowboys to finish last. They're not in the playoffs. They didn't finish that. So technically, I was wrong. I was still wrong. I had the Commanders second. Wait,
Well,
no,
I
the
mean,
Cowboys are second, right? Yeah.
there was no way to know that they were going to lose half their team to injury, though. So, I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah.
most people were going to get that one wrong.
Yeah, that's kind of like us being wrong about the Niners. Half that team's injured this year, so
Yeah. Well, I
Mhm.
see. That's where mine for the West. I thought that the Niners were the third team in our division. I thought the Rams was going to be number one. And honestly, even though we beat them, I still think they're the better team. They play more consistent football in all phases. And then, you know, before the season, I had Seattle as a 10-win team, as like a wild card type of team. And so shout out to them for overachieving. I like it.
Yep. All right, let's get into our predictions, and then we'll be done with this episode. Jordan Love concussion might have last me in fantasy play.
Yeah,
And
that makes sense.
damn. Yeah, I'm still in the playoffs. I'm in the second round.
Okay.
I'm still winning. I don't know how. I'm still in the lead. Dobbs got me a hell of a points last night.
Hmm.
Ronnie Dobbs, yeah. So everyone going with the Bills over
Yeah.
Browns.
Oh God,
And they better
I think
block
every-
Miles Garrett. I'm sick of him getting all these sacks.
Yeah. Right. Chargers over the Cowboys.
Yeah,
I'm
should
going
be.
Chargers. I'm going Chargers. I think every week this year I pick
I
the
want to.
Cowboys.
I want to
to
say.
lose.
I want to say the Cowboys, but I want to say Cowboys over the Chargers, but I don't know what that being eliminated from the playoffs does to the Cowboys' morale.
Who the hell knows? And Herbert is still playing with one hand. He's still playing with one hand, and that's my quarterback for fantasy.
yeah. I think. Let's see.
I had Mahomes as my quarterback. Thank you, Mahomes. Get well soon.
I took
go
the Chargers.
Chargers. Cowboys. Oh, you did? Yeah, I think
I had to
Alright.
double check. I was like, I think that was one of the games where I went back and forth. But every time I pick Dallas, they screw me. So
right. Yeah, that's exactly how I felt. Exactly how I felt. So, all right. Chiefs at the Titans. I got Chiefs.
Yeah, I still got the Chiefs.
yeah, I still have the Chiefs.
I'll
You
take the
choosing?
Titans in the upset. Why not?
Oh no, you know what? I took the Titans.
You took
I
the
did take the Titans. Yeah.
That's fair. That is fair. I don't know. All right. Bengals at the Dolphins. I think I took the Dolphins here.
I took the
think-
Bengals.
I took the Bengals actually, yeah. I took the Bengals. Big C, who you take? You took the
Man,
Bengals too?
I don't know who to pick. You know what I mean? Joe Burrow looks like he's depressed, gonna slice his own wrists. You know, the Miami Dolphins going up against one of the worst defenses in all of football. We should be able to run the football successfully. I'm sure Mike McDaniel has some good plays cooked up for Quinn Ewers, but he is starting his first game of his career. So I'm leaning towards Cincinnati in this one just because this offense can be so explosive. Minka Fitzpatrick is sitting out. Give me the Dolphins. Give me the Dolphins.
All right. Jets at the Saints.
I'm taking the Bengals on that one.
Oh,
I
okay.
didn't put my 2 cents in. I'm definitely taking the over.
You're definitely
Right.
taking over.
Yeah.
Who did I take? I took the Saints over the Jets.
I did as well.
Me too.
Yeah, I'm taking the Saints on that too.
That rookie quarterback's not looking too bad for the Saints right now.
No.
Well, and the Saints look like they want to win. The Jets don't.
You're right. And next game, I took the Vikings over the Giants. I was the only one who took the Vikings last week. Yes, thank you. Needed that. The Vikings over, yeah. You guys taking the Vikings or the Giants?
Yeah, I got the Vikings here. I don't think McCarthy's going to have the day that he did last week, but it's not going to require that kind of day to beat the Giants.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Nine's playing his best ball right now, so he should be able to at least put up 200 yards passing, which would be plenty to beat the Giants.
Besides, the Giants, even if they are in danger of winning, they find a way to mess it up.
Right,
they should.
Right?
They should. You don't want to win any more games. You can get the number 1 pick still.
Absolutely.
Mhm. All right. But Big C, you took the Vikings too?
Yeah, I'm taking the Vikings, but I think the Giants absolutely can win this game. Somehow the Giants continue to put a bunch of points on the board, even though their main playmakers are out for the year.
Yep. All right. Buccaneers at Carolina. I took the Buccaneers here. You guys got the Bucks too?
I'm taking the Panthers. The Buccaneers are playing some bad football right now, and as banged up as they've been, it finally caught up to them the last few weeks. So I'm going to take the Panthers. They're kind of on a roll lately.
So I took the Bucks in a must-win game. Obviously they play each other again here in a couple of weeks, but this is a game the Bucks need to right the ship. Sorry for the pun there, but but yes, I think the Bucks get this one done.
Yeah, I like the Bucks.
All right. Jacksonville at Denver. I think I took I took Denver. Yep. Anyone going with Trevor Lawrence and Jaguars?
I wish I was.
I mean, I took the Broncos, but it's not a confident pick at all.
Right.
Yeah, I'm with you guys. Broncos today. I think the home field advantage helps them out.
All right. Falcons at the Cardinals. I took the Falcons.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone taking the Cardinals? No? Okay.
No.
And if they're playing against you and pick them, they didn't pick it either. So if we lose, it's because everybody lost together.
All right, James. Steelers at the Lions. I got a streak going on here, man, and I can't buck the streak. I got to pick against the Steelers in order for the Steelers to have a chance of winning. So I'm staying with it regardless of what I believe. But I'm highly concerned about the Lions' passing game this game. Pittsburgh is going to be without one of their starting corners in James Pierre, and they're without both T.J. Watt and Nick Herbig. So getting pressure on the quarterback is going to be a very difficult thing for them to do today. So I'm going to take the Lions. I do think there's going to be a lot of points in this game because the Lions secondary is extremely beat up as well. And Rodgers coming off of two of his better games of the entire season right now. So I think both teams are probably going to pass for a bunch of yards, but I think the Lions probably outscore them.
Yep.
You guys too? Lions over the Steelers?
That's exactly what I was going to say. So,
All right. Raiders at the Texans. I took the Texans.
What? The Raiders are about to get rolled.
I feel so bad for Genty and Bowers. I feel so bad.
The curse of playing on that team, man. That should be a real easy win for the Texans today.
I mean, if you're
that's my lock. I'm just saying that's my lock.
If you're in fantasy, you have the Texans defense, you're about to have a day.
I gotta look. Does anyone in my fantasy league have the Texans defense now? I gotta look. I'll look at that in a sec.
Because Gino's going to be good for 3 picks with the amount of pressure he's going to have. It's going to be a long day if you're a Raiders fan.
All right, who's my defense now? I got the Niners against the Colts. All right, we got the Sunday night game. This game is going to be good. The Patriots at the Ravens. I'm actually going to watch this game probably. No basketball for me tonight.
I mean, I got the Ravens here. I don't trust this Patriots team still just because of the strength of schedule. And this is a game, if the Ravens want to make the playoffs, they have to win it. So This is going to be a very hungry, wounded animal here that they need the win. They're at home. I think they get it done.
All right. I actually took the Patriots here because the Ravens have been having trouble closing out games at some parts of the season. So I am going Patriots. What about you guys?
I'm taking Patriots as well today. And yes, part of this is my bias against the Ravens, obviously. But that being said, Lamar is not playing his best football this year. You can tell he's still banged up. And he's missed some practice this week with an illness. So it sounds like he's not 100% from a health standpoint, both physically and as far as sickness. So I don't expect the best performance out of the Ravens today. I think the Patriots might be able to bury him.
All right. Big C, what about you?
I'm going with the Ravens. It's a must win for them. Again, I think Patriots are overrated. Plus, I hate the Patriots.
There we go. All right. So damn, someone has the Texans defense. God damn it. All right. The Niners at the Colts. That's the Monday night game, and I took the Niners.
This is going to be a better game than you'd think.
This
So
is
I did take the
interesting,
Niners
yeah.
here. The Colts defense is good, right? I mean, I understand Daniel Jones got hurt and all of that, but you know, you also got to remember for 11 weeks of the season, this was the number one team in the league, right? So their defense is still solid. Obviously, they have a premier rusher, and the Niners don't have a pass rush at all, right? Warner out, Bosa out, both for the season. And if you look at their pass rush numbers after those guys went down, they're like bottom 6 in the league now. So their secondary is still nice. So if Rivers makes some mistakes, they'll be able to capitalize. But Rivers is going to have some time because that pass rush can't get home. I still took the Niners, though.
James, Big C, what about you guys?
I'm counting on Rivers making those mistakes in this game. I don't trust him to be in good enough form to beat even a very wounded San Francisco team. So I'll take the Niners in this one.
Gotcha. You guys have an upset of the or a lock of the week?
You
Anyone?
got to see on that one still.
Oh yeah, Big C, what about you?
I mean, I think Phillip Rivers' physical limitations is just too much for him to overcome. He's not in shape. It's unrealistic to ask a guy that's 44 years old that was sitting on the couch last week with his grandkids to jump up and grab a football and come out and beat a NFL caliber team, and to beat a team that has been pretty good this year. You know what I mean? They're not the best team in the NFL by any means, but they're not a bad NFL team, and I just don't know if he has the arm strength or the mobility to get it done in the NFL.
Mm-hmm. All right. So who you guys is lock? I'm gonna put the schedule back. I already know my lock.
I can tell you my lock. Like that's Texans over the Raiders. Like this isn't even a conversation.
Yeah, that's mine. That's mine as well.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know that the 14-point spread's high enough on that one. I got to go the same way.
Right? Like they
Big
can
C,
get
you
spread out again.
All right. And you guys have an upset of the week or no? If you guys need a schedule, I'll bring it back up. You know what? Screw it. I'll bring it back up now.
We're going Ravens over Patriots.
That is considered an upset. Wow.
My upset of the week is Titans over KC.
And I chose the Titans too, so I got to say that would be my upset also.
You guys have no faith in Gunnar Minshew?
None.
You mean Uncle Rico? You know he can throw the football over the mountains, right? I have faith in that.
But he's going to have to because there's going to be a lot of dudes in front of him.
I think so bad. I wonder what draft pick the Chiefs will have. They'll probably have like top 10 pick.
I think they're gonna rely on Kareem Hunt to rush the football, and Kareem Hunt's still a good back.
Yeah. They won't be a top 10 pick though, because there's still 6 wins, so they'll probably be like 12.
Well, the Dolphins are at 10, or 10 or 11, and they got 6 wins.
Yeah, well, that's what I mean. Like KC would be right around 12, somewhere right in there.
Did you
There's a lot of
guys?
bad teams.
Yeah, I'm aware. So, all right, guys, there you have it. James, what you got coming up next, man?
Same routine for us this upcoming week. Recap show will be tomorrow, and then Saturday morning show talking about the game next week. But huge implications with these final 3 weeks for both the Steelers and everybody else around the league too.
Mm-hmm. Big C, what about you?
Oh, gone.
We should have gone to him first.
What I missed? Oh wow, I was on another tab. All right, Bo, what you got, man?
Yeah, just our standard daily show. You can catch me on my channel at Football-Talk, Roku on National Streaming Sports, and of course 97.3 ICU Radio every Wednesday.
I saw that on TikTok. You were in the storm. Yeah.
Well, so they wanted me to do a weather update because we had we've had some ridiculous flooding here. We had about 17 inches of rain on one of our passes. So we had rivers creeping over levees, and I mean, just amazing flooding. And so that was real close to my house. I live on a hill, so if my house has trouble, it's because we needed an arc. But everything else was like we still have roads completely underwater.
Oh wow, damn.
And then one of our main passes, Highway 2, is expected to maybe reopen in April or May because half of the road washed away.
Oh wow!
So it's we got some ridiculous rain.
Yep. All right. So for me, guys, I'm actually going live at 1:00 for NFL Red Zone. So me and Philly Halftime are going to be streaming Red Zone. If you guys want to pop in, the chat is open for you guys. We'll talk some football, hang out, and all that good stuff, man. And James, Bo, if you guys want to hop on the stream, let me know. I'll send you the link. So if you guys have Red Zone, right?
I don't have it now.
Oh, you don't? What do you have? What, like football, whatever it is, one of those things, or no?
I just YouTube TV, so I don't think that has Red Zone.
True. Okay. All right, guys. So I'll catch you guys in 2 hours. Everyone have a good rest of your Sunday, man. And yeah, everyone have a good one. Catch you all later, man.
Peace.
Peace.
Later.